Hi guys, my name is Henry Kumba and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about faith, science, and stupidity. Now if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification as well. For you who have watched my videos before, please leave me a comment in the comment section. I really like to know how you've been impacted by these videos and some of the experiences that I share. They may apply in your case. I really want to learn and also hear from you as well. So please leave me a comment in the comment section. 30 subscribers, it means a whole lot to me. But of course, I'm counting on you to push it up to 100, maybe 1,000, 1,000,000, so that these videos that I'm putting out there can make the desired impact. Now, you may have watched my videos and you're wondering, how come I talk about faith in one breath, and then in another breath I talk about approaching a medical facility? Well, people have this notion and belief that when you approach a medical facility for help for whatever issue at all, as a Christian, when you approach a medical facility for treatment or for whatever ailment that you may have, whatever challenge that you may have, people have this notion that you are acting out of faith. It is not faith. A man who has faith, doesn't need to go to the medical clinic. Maybe you're watching this video today and you fall under that category. Then this video is for you. I want you to listen to the information I'm sharing out here and listen to them with an open mind. Listen to them from a standpoint of you want to learn, you want to hear something new. Maybe it might just change your mind and let you understand that medical facilities or going to the hospital is not an act of lack of faith. If you think like that, then I think that's outrightly wrong, right? That's outrightly wrong. Now, seeking medical help is not proof of lack of faith. Seeking medical help is not proof for lack of faith. There are those who have thrown away their medical pills, those who have thrown away pills, thrown away their drugs and only pray for healing. I believe in miracles. I believe God can do anything. He created the heavens and the earth. He created the seasons and the time. Without him, nothing exists, right? I believe he can do anything. I also believe in miracles. I have been a beneficiary. I've had miracles happen in my life time and time again. I've seen miracles happen in the lives of people, life-transforming miracles, earth-shaking miracles happen in the lives of people. And they are beautiful at every count. Anytime you see a miracle, anytime you experience a miracle, anytime you hear someone talk about a miracle, whichever way you want to look at it, it is always beautiful. And so I believe in miracles, right? I believe in miracles. But I also believe that, and even medical science recognizes that they can only treat. Real healing comes from God. Real healing comes from God. I believe this because there are people who have gone to the hospital and they've gotten the doctor's report that told them you cannot live beyond a certain age. And these people have gone not only to make a full recovery, but they've enjoyed the best quality of life that the doctors never thought they would. How else could you explain that if not the fact that there is a supernatural hand, and that supernatural hand is the hand of God? And so I believe in miracles. I believe science also has its role to play. Science has helped us. That for you watching me right now is because there is a science behind the technology that we're using right now. And because God created the world, I don't think science shocks him. I don't think science takes him by surprise. I don't think science encroaches into or contravenes what he made the world to be. Of course, science is nebulous, right? It can be used for good, it can be used for evil. As is anything, money and anything at all, it can be used for good and used for evil. You could carry money, put it in an envelope without even changing the envelope. Once you put it in the hand of the wrong person, that money changes purpose as well. So I don't think whatever science has accomplished right now is outside of what God intends it to be. That means all the medical advancements, all the scientific advancements, everything is in God's perfect will. Everything is in God's perfect plan for us. And so I believe that medical science can only treat and heal. So when you see me, when you watch my videos and you see me talk about healing, you see me talk about seeking medical help, you see me talk about standing in faith, don't get it mixed up. I know you're thinking, how can he be talking about faith on one breath and in the other breath is talking about seeking medical help? Isn't that lack of faith? I'm making this video today and I'm telling you that doing this is not in any way a lack of faith. God did not create us to live by miracles. Yeah. He did not create us to live by miracles. If he did create mankind to live by miracles, then miracles will be will happen more frequent than they do, right? I mean, if he created us to live by miracles, then we don't have to pray so much. We don't have to act our faith so much. We don't have to do, he didn't make us to live by miracles. Miracles are just God's periodic interventions in the lives of men. And since it's periodic, it therefore shows that this is not one thing he wants us to do always. I mean, it's amazing that there are things you could just go out there and get done, but you sit down flat, you sit down flat and you're praying about it. I need to turn on this video. I need to turn on this camera. I need to set everything up, to be able to make this video. I mean, it would be insane. It would be stupidity for me to just sit down and be praying for the camera to set itself, to be praying for every other thing, the lights, to set up themselves and all, And so they could, of course they could, like I said, I can pray and God will get these lights come up and everything, but I can do it by myself, can't I? And so why do I have to pray? Why do I have to pray about it? When Jesus was in the boat and Peter saw him, and Peter saw when the disciples were in the boat and Peter saw Jesus, and he said, "Master, if that's truly you, bid me to come." And Jesus said, of course he should come. The Bible records that Peter began to walk on water, but at a certain point he began to sink, right? Jesus could have prayed and spoken word and said, "Peter, come on," but the Bible says Jesus held him by his hands and brought him up. Why didn't Jesus pray? Because at that point he could do something about it, right? He could do something about it. So he wasn't depending on me. God did not create us to live by miracles. He did not create us to live by miracles. But there are those who wait and wait and wait and wait for a miracle and it doesn't happen. Doesn't mean God is not faithful. Doesn't mean God doesn't know. That is a discussion for another day. And so let's even look at the logic behind those who think going to hospitals, is wrong. When there's an issue with your car, where do you take it to? You take it to the mechanics. When there's an issue with plumbing in the house, you look for a plumber. When there's an issue with with electricity, you look for an electrician, right? When there's an issue with whatever thing, the furniture, for instance, you look for a carpenter. You're always looking for a special. Does that mean God cannot fix the lighting problem? Does that mean God cannot fix your car? Does that mean God cannot fix the things that we go out looking for special? Is it just in your health that you think going to the hospital is a problem? Right? You see, there's no logic in that. There's no logic in that. Okay? And so if you need to go, and then there are those who go to the hospitals, and when the doctor gives you a diagnosis, of the report of the things that he has found to be wrong with you, there are those who immediately start rebuking the doctor like he's the devil. Why did you go to the hospital in the first place? If you went to the hospital to make a ridicule of the man's profession, that is wrong. That is outright stupidity, And the doctor tells you, and he said, back to sender. He didn't put it there in the first place, right? You came to him seeking his help. If you were okay with your body, you would have stayed at home. Okay? So you don't think science is against. No, like I said, science is nebulous. It can be used for good. The same metal that is used to make holes, the same metals that are used to make doors or useful items can still be used to make bullets. It depends on in the hands or the perspective or the use to which they are put. Okay, so don't never think approaching a medical facility, going to the hospital is an act of lack of faith. It is never an act of lack of faith. Jesus himself said that it is only the sick that need medical doctors. He acknowledged that the sick go to the hospital. The sick go to the hospital. He said only the sick need medical doctors. And then the Bible is replete where the Bible talks about oil, it talks about bandages, it talks about leaves, it talks about balms, in treatment, in healing, So never think that approaching a medical file, you're just going to sit there and pray about it. I'm not against prayers. I am not against prayers. If you've not overcome malaria, you've not overcome fever, for instance, or you've not overcome the little illnesses, don't think that you will just wake up one day and you overcome cancer. All right. Faith is layer upon layer. Faith is a layer upon layer. So don't think that all these things just happen like that. So when you watch my videos and you hear me talk about faith, and then again you hear me talk about seeking medical assistance, it is going to the hospital is not a lack of faith. It is not a lack of faith. The hospitals exist because they exist to help people. And even every medical scientist will tell you, because they've seen it in their profession, that there are things they themselves cannot explain. There are things they themselves depend on the supernatural to heal, right? And everything, they depend on everything. They can only treat, they can only care for you, all right? They can only care for you. The balm, that whatever drug you take, requires your body. It requires your body, the cooperation of your body for it to work, okay? So don't think that going, so when you're believing God for a child and you're thinking, if I go to the hospital, does that mean I have not acted in faith? Does that mean I have not acted in, I've wavered? Does that mean I no longer have faith? No, 1,000 times no. That does not mean you do not have faith. So go to the hospital if you have to. If you need medical assistance, it doesn't mean you're out of faith. The Bible is clear. If he needed us to stay away from hospitals, he would have said it outrightly and clearly in scripture. He would have said it there. What do you say about Christians who are doctors? Are they in the hospital? Are they in the right profession? If that's the case. So going to the hospital is never and will never be an act of lack of faith. Please let me know what you think about this video in the description and if in the comment section. And if you've not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and let's travel this journey together. And like I always say, miracles take a little time and you are not alone. So from me, it's bye-bye and God bless you.